All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is 6 most disturbing forest encounters caught on camera. All right, well, let's jump into it.
In January 2015, a group of New Zealand film students were recording outside their school at Auckland's Parnell railway station.
All right, what are we looking for?
The footage you're seeing now was recorded by a student named Chris Muir. For a few minutes, Chris and his friends were messing around and having fun as they filmed. But that's when the group spotted a man and a woman wearing creepy white masks hiding in the tall grass next to the station and staring ominously at the camera.
Hey, bro, turn around. Whatever that is, you didn't see it or want anything to do with it. And walking towards it?
As it was later revealed, Chris and his buddies first thought that the masked people were probably pranksters from the school trying to creep them out, which is why they can be heard laughing throughout the footage.
Okay.
However, the students later confessed that it was more so nervous laughter and that they were actually pretty terrified during the encounter.
I think that they should have confessed that they staged this video with a couple of their buddies. All right, and we can't recognize them. Why? Because they have masks on. I don't know, guys. Did you initially say that they were film students, like looking to film something incredibly creepy and interesting, guys? I don't know. This may be a long one here. This is a stretch.
Disturbingly, looking at the footage, they noticed that the couple appeared to be armed. In some of the clips, it looks like one of them is holding a pistol.
Okay.
Where's the other one? Where's the other one?
I mean, why are we still here? If this was real, bro, why are we still here?
As soon as the suspects got a little too close for comfort, the group ran back to the main road, after which they reportedly saw a police chopper approaching the area of the incident. It's not entirely clear who called the cops that day, but based on my research, this wasn't the first time the couple had harassed the public with their creepy masks and weapons. Earlier that week, they had terrorized a woman at Auckland's Domain Park, but left before the police were able to arrest them.
Oh, so this is like a real thing. I'm very, I don't believe things when I see them. I need to hear multiple facts.
When the cops arrived at the train station, Chris and his friends gave them the report, after which the Auckland Police Department uploaded a Facebook post where they urged the suspects to come forward and warned civilians to stay far away from the masked couple if they saw them. They also cautioned that if they saw someone carrying what appeared to be a weapon, they had no way of knowing if the weapon was real or fake and would be forced to approach the situation as if it were real.
Wise up and drop the mask act, okay? And come and chat with us about how to play safely.
For that, the suspects reportedly came forward to talk to the cops.
Okay.
Throughout the investigation, the authorities didn't release a whole lot of information to the public about who these people were, whether their weapons were real, or what their intentions were. But one thing we know for sure is that this wasn't just an innocent prank. In fact, when a lot of people online started accusing the students of staging a prank just to get attention, a spokesperson from the school came forward to clarify that the masked suspects had nothing to do with the institute.
Because you sat and watched this man climb up on top of this nonsense. You did that, right? This is why I am armed everywhere I go, okay? I'm sorry. I'm armed if I go somewhere, I'm armed, okay? Period. Situations like this. I never run into anything interesting though. Okay? Never, luckily. But still, guys.
According to an article from Vice, a police spokesperson later confirmed that the weapons were fake. But I wasn't able to find any official confirmation of this, and to this day, not a lot of people know who the suspects were or why they were terrorizing the public for no reason. Whatever the case, it's a good thing Chris and his friends were able to get away before things took a turn for the worse.
Right. Yeah, okay, that's weirdo.
Near the base of Mount Fuji in Japan lies a forest that's known among the locals as the Sea of Trees. Interestingly, the entire...
Bro, not that forest. Please don't show me a video about that specific forest, the Logan Paul forest.
The entire forest grew out of a 30-square-kilometer patch of hardened lava that was laid down by the last major eruption of Mount Fuji. A little more disturbingly though, over the years the Sea of Trees has become known as a place where people go to take their own lives.
This is the Logan Paul... Bro, don't... Please...
And if you venture far enough into the forest, it's not uncommon at all to find a body. Near the entrance of the forest, a sign written in Japanese reads, "Quietly think once more about your parents, siblings, and children. Please don't suffer alone, and first reach out." In July 2017, urban explorer and YouTuber Burbex ventured into the forest to see what he'd find, walking his viewers through his entire journey into this sea of trees.
Guys.
But even though the video starts out tame enough, just a few minutes into his exploration, the uploader comes across an abandoned bike, and that's when things get a little disturbing.
I'm only a few meters away from the road right now, but I've already found an abandoned bike. It's actually a pretty nice bike. Let's take a look at it. I don't think it's been here a long time.
Okay.
What do we got in here? And there's a packet for a knife. I
Guys.
think I've just found some kind of note in a bag. It says 1211. I can't quite make out. I think this is somebody's name just here. And I'm not sure what this means.
Guys.
On top of the bike, Burbex finds an empty piece of packaging for a kitchen knife, and a few minutes later, he comes across a note written on a plastic bag. The note translates to 1211 verified, Fuji Yoshida Police Station verified, meaning it's likely evidence of someone who abandoned their stuff to take their own life in the forest, confirmed by the local police station. It's incredibly haunting to think how many lives have been lost in that forest over the years, and
Right.
even more disturbing to think that any random passerby could easily find the body while exploring the terrain.
Like, here's the thing, guys. We know internationally what this forest is. All right, we know what it is already. There are some people who are coming of age, I'm guessing, and they're finding out about this forest in Japan, right? Please don't go. If you're looking to create content, this is not content, bro. Right? This is not that amazing piece of content that's going to get you views. What it is, it's going to make people strongly detest your existence. Like, you know exactly what this place is. All right. Try not to walk around with a camera, because you may actually find something you really do not want on your camera in a place like this. All right. It's incredibly trashy, or just try not to go here. Right. Japan is a beautiful country. Beautiful. Go somewhere else.
Over the years, the Japanese government has implemented several measures, such as placing security cameras near the entrance to track those who walk inside, as well as training volunteers to talk to the visitors who are thinking of taking their lives.
Guys.
Still, this hasn't stopped people from following through with it, and the fact that the media has really played a big part in sensationalizing the forest in recent years hasn't helped
Right.
either.
You're correct. But I will say, though, you kind of just sensationalized it, unfortunately, by putting it in your video, right? Like, I immediately knew what this was, and I was thoroughly confused why you're even showing this, right? So now you're, for the most part, educating other people to know that there's this place in Japan where people do stupid things, okay? And I mean literally to the depths of incredibly stupid things. But let's continue.
In early 2023, a man named David Meredith was taking his usual evening stroll through his neighborhood in Red Deer, Canada, when he suddenly saw a bull moose eating next to a tree. Hoping to catch a better glimpse, he hid behind the tree to watch. And that's when the moose turned around and started charging at him.
Bull moose.
To
Pay
understand
attention.
how incredibly dangerous this is, keep in mind that an adult male moose can run faster than 35 miles per hour, which is almost twice as fast as the max speed for the average human male. Even though moose aren't generally aggressive, they can easily trample and kill a human if they feel threatened, which is probably what happened here. Fearing for his life, David hoisted himself up the tree next to him to avoid getting stabbed by the moose's antlers.
He just ran me up a tree.
Why are you talking? They can hear you. That's aggression. That's aggressive. It's warning you.
As soon as he was out of the moose's reach, he started recording. For
Okay.
about 30 seconds, the moose just stares at David, and you can hear the uploader's nervous breathing as he waits for the moose to leave.
Right.
But shortly after, the moose starts charging back and forth with its head down, which is a clear sign that it's stressed and would probably trample David if he were to come down or fall from the tree.
Oh God, guys. Bro, like, stay on like a tree branch and just get comfortable.
Based on what he mentioned to the news station that interviewed him a couple of days later, David stayed in the tree for over 10 minutes waiting for the moose to leave him alone.
I would have stayed longer.
When asked how he climbed up the tree, he demonstrated how he pulled himself up by a flimsy-looking branch, which is honestly one of the most concerning parts of this whole situation. That branch breaks, and David would have been at the mercy of a very angry moose and might not have lived to tell the tale.
But he had to do it, though. Period. There was no other option for him at all under any circumstance. He did what he had to do. Bro, if it broke, it broke, bro. He would have had to figure out another way, but gladly, it did not break on him.
Luckily, after seeing that David wasn't coming down, the moose finally gave up and ran off, thanks to which the uploader was able to come down safely after waiting it out for around an extra half hour.
Yeah, I would have waited longer, I'm telling you.
In February 2018, a man named Greg Harris uploaded a GoPro video of himself riding his ATV on an unnamed trail.
Okay.
For the first few seconds, the footage shows pretty much exactly what you'd expect from this kind of upload.
Right.
But in the blink of an eye, something extremely disturbing interrupts Greg's ATV ride.
What, a bear? What was it? What is it? What has happened? What was that? Okay. A trap? Did somebody set a trap for you?
If you didn't catch it, someone had set up a metal wire between the two trees, which got caught in the uploader's helmet and forced him to stop.
Oh.
It's pretty disturbing to think that if Greg hadn't been so lucky, he could have been decapitated by the wire.
Right.
Fortunately, as mentioned in the video description, his speed, along with the wire hitting his helmet instead of his neck, caused it to break as he passed through it.
Right.
It might seem shocking that anyone would even think of doing something as incredibly evil as setting up a lethal booby trap in the middle of an ATV trail.
Yeah, there are some absolutely sick people on this planet, guys, completely. I would like to ignore their existence, right? But unfortunately, videos like this pop up and remind me that there are some absolute disturbing people. Guys, I am a lot of the times in the middle of the woods, on unnamed, paths similar to this here, with my Jeep, guys, right? A lot of the time, I go hardcore off-roading, for real. And we've seen some crazy things, okay? That's just a fact here in the woods. But I would never in my life think that someone would do something like this, right? Never. It's just disgusting, guys.
But sadly, it's actually pretty common in the dirt bike and ATV community. Sometimes these wires are set up by people trying to keep bikers off their property. Others are set up by psychos who get irritated by the noise and decide to use violence to fix the issue.
Right.
And the rest are set up by people who are just messed up in the head and want to bring harm to others for no reason. In this case, it's impossible to tell who was responsible for setting up the trap.
You would never know.
This is just one of those videos where if the wire was set up just slightly lower, the accident could have easily been fatal. Luckily, he was able to walk away with minimal injuries, and he used his video as a way to warn others to watch out for these kinds of traps, especially when riding through trees.
Like, I can only give you like one example of something like this kind of happening, but not like this, right? There was a random tree that had fallen in the North Georgia mountains. And it was about 10 of us in a Jeep with like winches and things like that, right? But for some reason, it was like strategically placed. And then another tree was strategically placed behind. Luckily, we had chainsaws. We were able to just completely, take it apart. But I thought in my head, like, what if this was a trap, okay? Meant to hold someone in a position, but the fact that we had 10 people with us, 10 different Jeeps, they're not going to do anything crazy with just 10 Jeeps with people who all were literally open carrying in the middle of the woods, right? So I wonder if that was a trap that I had potentially encountered, guys. I always wondered that, actually.
Back in the summer of 2014, a man named Chris was biking in the mountains near Fernie, British Columbia, when he suddenly noticed what appeared to be an animal approaching him in the tall grass.
Where?
Immediately, he realized it was a mountain lion, and that's when he started recording.
Where's your gun?
You can see it,
No, I can't.
but there's a mountain lion
Draw like a circle on the screen, bro.
crouching in the grass.
Okay. Where?
He's actually
Where?
coming towards me.
Do you guys see?
At first, it's kind of hard to see where exactly the animal is.
Oh, it's right here,
But
it's
as
right
Chris
here.
walks towards the trail, you can see it emerging from the grass coming closer.
Oh no.
That
Bro, you're...
is a mountain lion.
Yeah.
And
Where's
he's
your-
stalking me.
Where's your gun? Where's your gun?
Even though mountain lion sightings are rare, they have been known to attack people in certain situations. And let's just say, if you
Babies?
see one stalking you in the tall grass, slowly approaching as it stares you down, you can be pretty certain that you're in danger.
Right.
About 2 minutes into the footage, the lion starts walking a little faster, and Chris does the one thing you never do with a
What'd
mountain
he do?
lion by
He
turning
ran?
his back and starting to run.
You an idiot? You are a whole... Bro, keep looking at it and back up slowly. And pull your gun out. Get your nerves together. And oh, you're running. You're running. One tap it.
Hey, Mr. Mountain Lion.
You talking to it nicely?
How are you doing?
You take it out on a date, bro?
Nice to see you.
Bro, if you turn around again and run, I'm gonna come through this
see
screen,
you.
bro. Take your
I
gun
am
out.
much bigger than you.
Take your gun out. Take your gun out.
Over the next couple of minutes, Chris tries to get the animal to go away, but
not
it
going
only
away.
walks around him and continues to stalk him, staring him down in the tall grass near the entrance to the woods. A couple of minutes later, the uploader manages to take a few steps toward the main trail back to his car, but he doesn't get too far before the mountain lion cuts him off again.
Bro.
Stay back.
Louder. Be louder.
Stay there.
Like, put your hands up, bro. Be bigger. This is too much suspense, guys. All right, see how it's not
Afraid of
moving?
you.
See how it's not
Fortunately,
moving?
after a few moments of tension, the mountain lion turns around and disappears into the trees. Being in a position like that has
Better
to
than
be
me.
downright terrifying, especially when
Better
you
than me.
consider that the only reason the lion didn't attack was because it didn't want to. And had it felt more threatened, it easily could have done some serious damage. Thankfully, it was just a close call, and Chris was able to walk away from the terrifying encounter unharmed.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
In March 2019,
I could breathe. that was a lot, guys.
a 5-year-old girl from Fairlawn, New Jersey was playing with her friends near a creek in a wooded area behind their home right off Route 208. This was an area the family knew very well, as they'd been living there for 13 years, and the girl's father, Dave Kuroda, and his wife felt completely safe letting their kid play in the woods behind their house.
Okay.
But at some point during that particular afternoon, the girl came across a pile of clothing in the woods, after which she immediately ran back to tell her dad what she had found.
Woman's clothing in the woods behind your house. Let's see, ripped area. Okay. Okay. All right. This is definitely the lower undergarment, I think. Yes. And the shirt, that's gone. Okay.
Strangely, the clothes appeared to have been cut off a person's body.
Yeah.
And there were suspicious red stains all over the tattered, shredded outfit. After confirming the bundle consisted only of women's clothing, Dave called the Bergen County Sheriff's Office and reported the incident, feeling like it was just too out of the ordinary for a random pile of cut-up clothes to appear near the entrance of the woods so close to his home. Even though this was the first time their daughter saw the clothes, it appeared they had been in the woods for several months, which explains some of the excessive wear and tear.
Right.
Not the suspicious cuts and stains all over the outfit. Immediately, Fairlawn police started asking the public if they could identify the clothes, hoping that it was just a prank rather than something more sinister.
A prank.
Unfortunately, nobody came forward, and until the clothes can be linked to some sort of crime or to a victim, they
Right.
can't be accepted for testing by the police department.
Yeah, it could have been a transient.
To this day, the cops from the Fairlawn Police Department haven't been able to match the clothing to anyone in particular.
Right.
And at this point, all we can do is hope that whoever those clothes belong to did not come to the harrowing fate that the dark reddish stains imply.
Okay, so yeah, I definitely have woods behind my house. Yeah. And it's my property, right? I own those acres, right? But I've never been inside of them, okay? Am I wrong for that? I've flown my drone, like, over it, just to kind of see if there's anything interesting, and I see, like, burn barrels and things like that, just, like, randomly, placed there. But I've never been in there, because mainly I don't like bugs, okay? I hate bugs. I don't like snakes, all right? And they kind of wrap around the land wraps around my creek, right? But, yeah, nah, bro. I'm not going back there. Can my kid go back there and play? Nope, I have it fenced. I'm talking about the land behind my back fence. No, you stay inside the fenced area. Okay, it's large enough you have good old grand time. But no. And there are deer everywhere. No, I don't want nothing to do with that. Nope, nothing. Guys, I like being in the middle of the woods, though. Like, for real. I like it out there. I'm a city boy. In fact, I came to the South to kind of experience what the Southern guys like doing. And now I only drive, gigantic lifted vehicles. Yes, literally. But my main vehicle that I drive has like a 4.5. No, it is a 4.5 inch lift, and I'm on 40s currently. Right? Yeah, bro, I love being in the forest and being like in the, driving through rivers and things like that, guys, over rocks and like rock crawling. I love that, bro. You're not going to scare me out of the forest, bro. That's not going to happen. If that's what your thought was when you sent this to me, you're wrong. I'm still going out there, but again, I'm heavily armed. So is everyone else. So, yeah. But I do seriously kind of think that the time when there were multiple trees placed in front of me, I do think that was some like, I don't know, highwayman situation or something. Because I think they were trying to get us. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.